Hi guys, Ian from footballboots.co.uk here, and today I'm looking at a brand new boot. I'm not going to give you a huge introduction, I'm just going to show them to you. It is the new F50 adiZero from Adidas. These boots are going to be worn by the likes of Luis Suarez, Gareth Bale, James Rodriguez, Diego Costa, anybody fast, pacey, wingers, strikers, any of those big headline Adidas players, they're going to be wearing these boots. You might even see Zlatan Ibrahimovic in these if he makes the switch to Adidas. Definitely could be wearing these. This is a red pair. They look pretty fresh to me. Has this kind of dragon thing going on. Let me get into a few more details for you. Let's take a look at the design and the colorway for these new F50s. It's got this red, black upper with this dragon scale print that's going across the entire upper, even making an appearance in the heel lining here. You got little bits of white on the tongue, there's 3 stripes going through there. You got the Adidas logo just here in the white. And then major feature is the 3 stripes on the heel here. Let's just give you a close look at this upper. You can just see the dragon scales just everywhere. Looks pretty sweet all the way across it. Similar to the last adiZeros, these boots do fit tight. If you've got wide feet, certainly not going to recommend that you go for a pair of boots like these. They aren't going to suit you. Now there's no speed foil at the back here, so you do get a uniform and consistent feel over the entire boot. But I would bear in mind that these are a synthetic boot, so you are going to find that there are more comfortable options. You're obviously going to sacrifice weight, but they will be more comfortable than the F50s for you. So braking wise, pretty much the same as the previous generation or the Mirasar 10 or something like that. They are going to take a little bit of time for you to break in with the synthetic upper. Over time though, they're going to eventually mold pretty nicely to your foot. And once your feet have got used to them, they're going to feel great to play in. So just give them a little bit of time. Don't go too hard on your feet straight away, and they should do a pretty good job for you. So the new F50, they're completely hybrid touch, no speed, foil, anything like that. Just has this nice soft, thin feel, and it gives you a nice touch for a speed boot. They really reduced the thickness of the hybrid touch in their last generation, and now they're using it for the entire length of the boot, and it just feels really good. The other thing they've done is they've taken the dribble text, and instead of applying it in just certain areas, the entire upper is covered in the dribble text, comes all the way around to the heel, even to here, and then back around here again. So all of this scale print that you're seeing is them utilizing the dribble text, meaning that anywhere the ball touches on the boot is going to give you better control and touch in any weather conditions. So the stunning new feature with these boots is the appearance of 3 heel studs on the back here. It's Adidas, it's the brand of the 3 stripes, now it's the brand of the 3 studs at the heel. They've got about 6 studs at the front here, and they've also got some kind of smaller molded ones and grooves just for additional traction on the firm ground surfaces. But this is the big standout new thing, the most exciting thing, the biggest difference you're going to find on this new pair. So these new F50s, they run a little bit heavier than the last edition. That's down to the speed foil being dropped from the back here, with the hybrid touch spanning the entire upper. Even though it's super thin, you are going to add just a little bit of weight. Still super light for speed boots though. If you're looking for a light, fast boot, then this is the way you want to go. Let's talk a little bit about protection with these boots. It's not something that's hugely important when you're looking at a speed boot. It's not necessarily what you're buying them for, but I would say now you've lost the speed foil in the tongue that was used on some of the F54s. That means you've got a slightly thicker bit of hybrid touch that's going across here. That'll give you a little bit more protection when people put their studs on the top of your foot here. Around in the heel area, we lost the speed foil again, and this is just that bit thicker, so it's going to give you a nice little bit extra kind of protection around here, which is a really nice touch. It's also got a bit more of a solid internal heel counter. That's really useful. Durability wise, you're looking at this entire hybrid touch upper, and it is relatively thin. Not a lot of people had trouble with that on the F54s, so there's no reason to suggest that it's going to be a problem on this edition. One thing I did notice is Adidas haven't added that little bit of plastic around here, and maybe they're confident about sole separation, maybe they don't think you need it for touch or whatever. I think it would have been a nice thing just to see that extra little bit of plastic here, just that little bit of protection in one of those areas where you can see sole separation. Might be a bit of a problem, but obviously Adidas are pretty confident with the hybrid touch upper that they're going to do the job for you. So generally a durable boot should last you a decent amount of time, especially because they're just so easy to clean. You look after them, they're going to last you a few seasons, so very durable. Just think about a few alternatives. These are a speed boot. Everybody's making speed boots nowadays, so you can decide maybe you want to wear the Vapors, Superflies, Eva Speeds. They're all kind of in the same category. Probably comes down to design. It's not a huge amount of difference in the weight or anything else that's going on with the boots. Another one to consider from Adidas is obviously the Mirasar 10. They've just got a slightly different upper. The Dribble Text works in a slightly different way. You can just feel it a little bit differently. Does have the little bit extra here to look at the sole separation and the touch, so that little difference is noticeable. But there isn't a huge amount of difference. Depends whether you like the sole on these maybe over the sole and the new difference. You've got the choices to make there. Probably expect the next generation of Messi boots to actually follow up and do similar to these. So if you wanted to get something with this old setup, you probably should get these. Otherwise the next ones are going to come along, probably going to have the same sole going on. Conclusions wise, you've got a whole bunch of the best players in the world choosing to wear this boot. They've got their options from all the different ones that Adidas have got, and there's a good reason why they're choosing these. If you want a light boot, durable, looks after you, gives you a nice touch, these are definitely the way you want to go. Interesting that they've added in this new sole and the studs and what's going on with this. Adidas wouldn't have done it if it was an improvement. Players wouldn't be wearing it if it wasn't an improvement. Think about Robin van Persie when he insisted on having his own special AdiPower sole plate on his Predators. He didn't like what was on there. So if players didn't like this, they wouldn't be wearing it. So they're wearing it, you know it's going to be good. So this is a great little improvement for them. Loving the upper, it's just going to give you a more consistent feel because the entire boot is made out of the same stuff. There's no difference between a speed foil and your hybrid touch, just all over. And overall, it's a great looking boot. It's light, should work pretty well for you. It's definitely going to work well for Bale, Suarez, Rodriguez, all those kind of players. You're going to see it in action across leagues over the world. Maybe you see an action on your own pitch. I'm going to go and put it into action on our pitch. So go enjoy your football.